Welcome to my October manga haul video. Yes, I've gone for a Halloween theme decoration for my table today. Hopefully the video won't be too dark and you'll still be able to see all the manga that I'm talking about, with all the decorations as well. It's very apt for this time of year, so hopefully it will still be a video worth watching. I'm going to go through some of the random charity shop purchases. First of all, there was quite a few this month. Then I'm going to move on to talk about the second-hand out-of-print manga that I've been able to get hold of, and then finish off with the newer titles that I've purchased. So first of all, last month I found Username Regenerated, which is a graphic novel, and this month I was actually able to find, I think is the first one in the series, so I could at least read the first two. There is a third one, I think, so I'll keep an eye out for that in charity shops because I've been able to find them. So once again, this was only a couple of pounds, so it looks like an interesting read, so I might give it a go. If you've read this, comment down below, is it any good? I don't know who Joe Sugg is, but I heard he was on Strictly Come Dancing, and that's about all I know. So let me know what you think about Username. The other charity shop titles that I got, I found an interesting one. It is Batman, the Jiro Kuwata Batmanga, Volume 3, Random Volume 3 for DC Comics. So it's kind of a manga, but it's also a comic. And I hadn't actually seen this before, and I thought it was really interesting. So, and once again, it was less than £1, so I just thought I'll take it and see what it's like. So I might keep an eye out for more Bat manga, and a really good buy, I think. I also found a random volume of Maggie, and as you can see, it was in Oxfam for 99p, 22, volume 22, Shinobu Otaka. I actually really liked Maggie, the anime, when it first came out, and Sinbad as well. I'm surprised that Sinbad hasn't been picked up. I think it's The Adventures of Sinbad, which is like a spin-off sequel or a spin-off prequel, I'm not entirely sure. So I did like Maggie. I thought it was really funny and entertaining, and I did buy some of the manga in Japanese and some of the character goods as well. One of the things that I remember specifically about Maggie was that in Japan they had very good high quality plastic manga covers that were themed. They were clear, but they also had some designs on them for each particular volume. So you could cover your manga and keep them in really good condition, and still be able to see what volume it was, with an extra special design as well. So I really liked that Maggie did that, and you could purchase them in groups of 5, so volume 1 to 5 the covers for that, volume 6 to 10 the covers for that. So I'm just wondering if they're still doing that. They did up to volume 15, and so hopefully they've done the whole thing for everyone who's collecting. As a collector, I like it when things are actually completed. So random volume of 22. I don't think I actually know what's going on in it. I'll have a wee read of it anyway. So the next one I got, also £1, was a random volume of Inuyasha, volume 26. When I see a manga in a shop, I'm like, okay, well, why not? It's only £1. Rumiko Takahashi, like I said the last time, I managed to get some Rumiko Takahashi. I haven't yet ran my half. I still haven't read it. Inuyasha, I think, is one of the most popular ones, and the anime was very popular, and I haven't watched that either, so I don't actually know what the story's about. I just know that lots of people really love Inuyasha. So a volume 26. The last one I got from charity shops, there's quite a lot from charity shops this month, is actually quite special and apt for the season. It's a Hellsing volume, volume 2, And what's special about this one is that it is version française, and I do not speak French, so I thought it would be really funny to have a wee look at and see if I could read some of the French. Je ne français parle pas. Does that mean je ne français parle pas? Does that mean I do not speak French? I do not speak French, but it's nice to practice it. I did study it a little bit and I've forgotten it all, so it would be quite good to have a wee read of that in French. It's very interesting looking at the art style as well. Hellsing's quite famous, but I don't have any Hellsing in English. So on to some of my second hand manga. I'll start with this one. It's a blue title, Love Hurts, Suzuki Tanaka. I wanted this for ages. I'm gonna try and see if I can get all of the blue titles that have been printed. It's just what I'm doing. So I have a list of the ones that I don't have now, so that's quite good, so I can cross them off. So when I purchased blue, I was able to tick that off or score a line through it and say, okay, I'm just on to the next ones now. I actually really like Suzuki Tanaka's other works. I think she did Menkui and also the long-running series from Sublime as well, my favourite. So I think I've got those. So I'm really happy to have Love Hurts. I haven't read it yet. I'm looking forward to it. It's just a one-volume title. I think it's going to be really fun. Now I also have something that I was really excited to get and actually quite reasonably priced, and that is both volume 3 and 2 of Yakuza in Love. As I mentioned previously, they're usually very expensive and difficult to get hold of, and I managed to get them both for very reasonable prices. So I don't feel very bad at all about having them. Shioko Kano's manga, they're due titles. Is that how you say it? Due? Like I said, don't speak French, not anymore. Due? Yakuza in Love. I have volume 1, so now I can sit and read through volume 1, 2 and 3. Yay! I always love having a complete set. When I have the complete set of anything, I am so happy, which is why when I go into the next few things that I've got, it will also make me happy as well. So Yakuza in Love, I have a complete set. I just need to go on to some other due titles that are missing from my collection. So I still have more to go, but I'm always happy to be able to complete something. So, volume 2 and 3. Some of the other titles that I got a bit of a haul in eBay, and I don't know if you can see them. That's all of the Tokyopop's Loveless, volume 1 to 8. Now, I thought I had volume 1 to 8 already. Turns out I don't. I had 1 to 4, or I had 5 to 8. I had half of this, and also random volume 7. So I didn't have the full volume 1 to 8 in my collection of the old Tokyopop Loveless. I did, however, have the new Viz titles. So I got volume 1 to 8, but the reason I got it is because it was such a low price, and it also came with the Viz titles 9, title 10, and title 11. So I have already now completed collecting the Viz omnibus versions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 together. So that's 4 titles omnibus versions from Viz, and I now have them. So I wanted to go on to get the rest of the Viz titles. I think there is a 12 and a 13. I don't know, is there a 14? I think there's a 12 and there's definitely 12 and 13. And I'm not too sure if this is in hiatus or not in Japan. It's got to a certain point. But, I mean, just look at those titles. Look at the cover art. It's just beautiful. Jun Koga just writes interesting and complex and strange scenarios, but her artwork is just gorgeous. I just love the cover art, so interesting, with the new Viz titles. They're really nice. But I'm happy to have the complete set for both the Tokyopop version, and I will continue to collect the Viz Media volumes as and when they come out. I think when I get the next 2 volumes I'll be up to date, so just 2 more to collect for that one. I'm very happy to have some Loveless in my collection. And now the next title I have, I was so excited to have, I was so excited to get, I should say, and that is, can you see that? Oh, with all the shiny orange lights against it. I don't know if you can see it very well, but anyway, this is Gravitation, and I'll just put this on here. It is Gravitation volume 1 through 12 in omnibus edition. I did once see, quite a while ago, the full set in singles 1 to 12 for about £6 plus postage and packaging, and I was like, do I want it? And at the time I was like, nah, and then literally for the next week it was all I was thinking about, so I went back to see if it was still available, and it wasn't. Someone had nabbed it for a good price. Well done. And then afterwards I never saw it for as good a price. I could see the full sets are available, you can go and get them from eBay, but they're not always as well priced. This was really well priced. I was so pleased to see the omnibus editions for a really good price with postage and packaging, so I jumped at it. So I now have the full set in Tokyopop's version 1 through 12. I absolutely love Gravitation. As soon as I hear that tune come on for the opening song, it just makes me feel so happy. It's such a silly, ridiculous anime, and it just switched so many people on to boys love and reading manga as well. So I'm very happy to have Maki Murakami's complete set of Gravitation. I already have the extras, including the novelization, in my collection, so I now have a complete Gravitation as well. And as I said, it's always nice to have a complete set too, so that's me having quite a few completes now. So that is all for the second hand. Now I'll go on to the new titles. The first off is quite a large version. It is a net comics. It's Dreams of the Days, Kyunga Yi. I butchered that, I am so sorry. Kyunga Yi. Oh dear, I really need to practice. I don't know anything about this, I just know that I got it for a really good price. I saw it, it's been in my cart for I don't know how many months, and the price just suddenly dropped really low, low enough for me to go, oh right, okay, I'll get it now. So it's now added to my collection, so I'll have a good read of that. I know that Kyunga Yi also has some other work out that I think is in web comic form, so I think more of her work is available as well. Something else that was in my cart that the price dropped low enough for me to just say yes, I'll buy it now, is Behind Story Volume 2, also Net Comics volume, and I'm really happy now because I have Behind Story 1, 2 and 3, which is a complete set. So another complete set now for this month. It's always good to be able to just tick that off. I have the complete set for that. So I can actually sit down and read it, because I wasn't going to read it until I had them all. So I can finally... It sounds like an angsty story, very full of angst, which, you know, if I'm in the right mood, maybe November will be the mood for angst. Also, I was able to pick up, because it came down to a low price as well, Sweet Blood Volume 3. Oof, yep, no, see these Korean names. Narai An and Seyoung Kim. Seyoung Kim? Is that it? I should have to practice Korean. And also a net comics, so I've bought quite a lot of net comics for October. As I said in my September video, I'm missing the odd numbers, so I think I still have, I have 3, 5 and 7, I have 9 and I have 1, so 5 and 7, I'm still missing 5 and 7, so when they go for lower prices I'll be able to pick them up and read the series. And the last title in print that I bought this month, and I just got it from a shop because I had a book token, and that is Seven Seas title, The Wise Beasts of the Wizarding Wisdoms, story and art by Nagabe. I haven't finished reading it yet. It's cute, it's sweet, it's quite dark. The art is quite dark in it. It's like delicate and dark at the same time. It's interesting. I'm enjoying it. I'm just really astounded at how Seven Seas are putting out such interesting titles. They have, I don't know who it is that's choosing their titles for BL and the titles that are going to be coming soon, but they seem to be curating some excellent titles. They've really chosen wisely, which is ironic. Their titles for their BL section. I'm really looking forward to some of the other titles that are coming out from Seven Seas. So whoever it is at Seven Seas and are choosing the BL titles to localise, you're doing a good job. Well done. And I think that's everything from my print titles for October. I, of course, purchased Tomoko Yamashita's The Night Beyond the Tri-Cornered Window, Volume 6, and I just ate it up, just with a spoon, just ate it up. It was fabulous. I love it. That was definitely the best purchase this month, which is a digital title, so it doesn't actually contribute to my my series completions and my collection in any way. But the one title that I was most excited about this month was actually digital. What did you buy this month? Have you bought any of these titles? Have you read The Wise Beasts of the Wizarding Wisdoms? I